So our eighth and final competition participant. Speaker Dr. Dave Striegel. The title of his presentation, Winning the Game, 3 Lessons on Excellence from a World-Class Chess Champion. Fact, in college, he was an extra in a Thanksgiving special made-for-television movie that cast basketball players under 6 feet tall. Please welcome to the stage Dr. Dave Striegel.
You tell me what I need to know about performance, and I'll tell you what you need to know about chess. Yeah, those were the words that a young professional chess player said to me roughly 60 seconds after we met for the first time over 20 years ago. At the time, I was working at a training center in Florida that specialized in helping elite athletes and executives learn how to perform better under pressure. And the chess player? Well, that was Josh Waitzkin. Now, you may know Josh's name if you're a fan of chess, or if you know the movie Searching for Bobby Fischer, which was about his early childhood years as a chess prodigy in New York City. Now, Josh is a lovely human being, but I'll tell you what, if you get him in a competitive environment, he'll crush you. And when I met him, I was just a few years out of grad school, so I was really excited about the opportunity to work with somebody who wasn't a typical athlete or executive. There was just one little tiny little problem. I didn't know chess, like nothing. I mean, I knew the names of some of the pieces, like the king, the queen, and I know there's a horse and a castle, but that's it. And I was having a real crisis of confidence because I didn't know if I could help this guy. So I figured I'll just tell him. So when we met for the first time, I said, Josh, I got to tell you the truth. I don't know chess. And you know what? He didn't even flinch. In fact, he said, you know what, Dave? It's totally fine. Because even if you did know chess, you don't know it like I know it. So you tell me what I need to know about performance, and I'll tell you what you need to know about chess. So that was the first of many powerful lessons I learned from Josh, which was that my talent and skill were enough. I just needed to trust it. So when Josh came to our facility originally, he was in what sports people call a slump, meaning he wasn't performing well. He was frustrated beyond belief. And at the end of the day, he was able to figure out that when he needed a coach, he looked at me. And so when he reconsidered that the beginning of the coaching process started when he, forgive me. When he came to us, he originally started to, he came to us because he was in a slump. And he needed help figuring out how to get through this issue around chess being 2 primary styles of play. The first style is an attacking style, and the second part of the style is a defending style. And he was naturally an attacking style of player, but needed help figuring out how to learn the other style because that's how he needed to grow as a competitor. And so as we worked through that sort of thing, we went back and forth, trying to figure it out. And he eventually figured out that when he was under pressure, he needed to basically sort through how the chess player plays, and to be able to see that when this neuroscience shows us that when someone's under pressure and stress, like right now, your brain shuts down. And I'm living it right now. Your brain shuts down. And it makes it almost impossible to process information. I kid you not. So he needed my help as a coach to see what he couldn't see. And that was the second powerful lesson I learned from him, which is that we can all benefit from coaching. In fact, even the best of the best want and need to be coached. but they want a coach who will tell them the truth, no matter how ugly it might be. And I was that coach for Josh. So as he began to implement the process that we put in place to help him rediscover his natural instincts in chess, I learned the third powerful lesson from him, and that was that it's not good enough to just practice. You have to fall in love with the process of getting better. Now, every 3 to 4 months, Josh would come back to our facility and want to analyze his performance. And he'd set up this little magnetic chessboard, and he'd want to analyze like the 17th move of a match that happened 3 months ago in Turkey. And so instead of moving the pieces into the actual position that he wanted to analyze, he'd start from the very beginning and move them one by one in the order and sequence that he did 3 months ago, because he wanted to feel the emotional buildup that led to the mistake. So the process of learning to fall in love with getting better, he mastered that. So much so that when he left chess, he ended up earning a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He won a world championship in Tai Chi, and he wrote a best-selling book called The Art of Learning, and he's now a best-selling author and a head coach, or a performance coach for some of the most successful investors on Wall Street. So you see, Josh was able to put into practice what we've talked about, and I see that we really all are no different than he is. If you put into practice these 3 principles, then I know that you'll be able to achieve excellence in your own pursuit of excellence. So, thank you very much.